I am so bad at this game. Look at that. It's right in front of me. There we go. Yeah. Hello and welcome to this game cast between average Blob enjoyer playing the only division he ever plays, 5th Panzer Division. He plays it because it's OP. And he's up against Suojeluskunta, who's got a Russian name now, not sure why. And he's playing Rugener because they're trash and he likes to get upset. So we're on 2 legs duel. And yeah, average Blob enjoyer just literally just does the same thing every time. His deployment's always the same. He's constantly abusing the same OP div over and over again. They got nerfed a little bit recently to be slightly less ridiculously OP, and now he just sits there on Warno complaining about how they're too weak now, and how 39Y is better. And then you say, well, have you played 39Y? And he just blanks you because he hasn't. Why bother, right? When you can play the OP one. So he's doing the same thing he always does too, rolling threes, a bunch of tanks, a bunch of Fox Milans, and a Gepard. And he's going for outside Zulu. And he's sending literally nobody to... Oh, this is one of the strangest deployments of all time. So basically, Oscar is as blue. Oscar is your free zone. So you want to really be starting in Oscar and then going for Zulu, but instead he's just completely given up on Oscar. He doesn't care about it at all, and he's putting everything to outside Zulu, which means essentially Red is gonna get both of the towns for free, right? So this KSK is going straight in. I'll get that, and then these 3 KSKs are gonna get this. If this one gets here, I'd be surprised, but we'll find out. And then this is a recon. This is quite a powerful thing because it's the same price as the regular ones, but it's recon. Low availability though, although it's the same as the other Helo cards. Basically, don't worry about the gun. It's about the rockets. 128 rockets. The Malyukas are not fantastic. 16 pen can't one-shot a 3 armor vehicle. I believe it can one-shot a 2 armor vehicle. It's like an SPW-70. So Malyuka P up to there. After UAZ for X-Ray Oscar. And yeah, it's interesting. Looks like Suojeluskunta has called it perfectly. He seems to know exactly where Blob Enjoy is going. He seems to know that he's going for Zulu. And so, yeah, we've got 2 Paichota ZMechs. As someone with a British passport, I am, of course, fluent in Polish. Polska Gudom, etc. So 2 Paichota ZMechs. They are a Polish unit, that's why I'm saying that. They came down to 35, which makes them a lot more reasonable. Makes them very affordable. 2 Conkers. 3 Malyuka Ps. So these do have... So there's like 2 Malyukas. There's the not upgraded one and the upgraded one. So this only does 16, but this does 17. Sadly, this does make these 50 points, but they do get good stealth now, and they can one-shot 3 armor vehicles. The other thing is that they get 18 of them, which is a lot. So yeah, they're gonna chill out behind the zone because he's expecting. Because obviously, if Blob Enjoyer is just blobbing, he can't drive the blob into the town, so he's got to try and cut the reinforcements somehow. So which means he's going to come this way or this way, and so that's what these are for, presumably, because look, they're going behind the zone itself. So to stop the blob when it breaks through either side. And then yeah, some T-55s. The Meridians is really it's rough, man. Anyway, we'll cast the game. We'll do it from this perspective. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners. They get the names on the screen, they get the videos early, they don't get upset when Eugen takes all the ranked maps out of rotation, so we just see Death Row. Well, we don't even see Death Row anymore. We literally just see 2 Lakes of Black Forest, and occasionally a bit of Vertigo, although I'm not seeing that this week. So they don't get mad about that. They get the videos early. They get their names on the screen. They get exclusive videos. There's like 37 of those now. Might be 32. I don't want to get done for, you know, false advertising. It looks like this guy is going to make it there. I guess the looks is actually quite far behind. He's actually... So this is not doing too much of anything. The racists have been forced to fall back. We'll see if he can pick up that Iltis. Probably not. Given how slow this missile is, it's probably going to get out of range. Yeah, you just can't keep that tracking. This thing's probably going to get obliterated once all 3 show up. And red gets 2 zones for free. So, standard Blob deployment. I guess he's expected to be able to push him out of these towns. We'll see. I mean, right, so the Rolands should really be brought to bear here. And you see, this is why he blobs. Oh man, that is so unlucky. Wow. So he gets a bailed out crit on his Leopard 2A4 there. So that has a 0.5% chance of happening. And it means, like, I can't, as a spectator, I can't even select the unit. Look, I just can't select it. So he needs to resupply this or it's going to die. I think he's, unless red poops out some artillery, I think he'll be alright. That thing obviously died to roads. But yeah, this is basically it. So Suojeluskunta is feeding into Blob Enjoy's method, which is that he gets a bunch of tanks and he puts a bunch of AA with them, and then you use air to try and get the tanks, and then the AA kills your air, and then you're behind on trades, and then you lose the game. So he's sort of buying into it by doing that. But Blob Enjoy's entire push here has stopped until he gets some more stuff on the go. And he really needs to get some supply, because you need, like, look, 500 supply is still bailed out. You need a lot of supply, apparently. Who knows how much? The game doesn't tell you. There was a KPVT thing down here, and he got shot by the M40A1, so good job putting a unit there for Blob Enjoyer. But yeah, 3 urns are going to go that way. I mean, jets can probably pick these off. You'll note there's no AA for Suojeluskunta, so he's going to send these 3, and then they're probably going to get picked off by planes. They might give him time to send this in and get that in there, but I really do think you need ground units if you're going to try and do that. And over here, like, this thing has max range, but it won't be able to shoot at max range on these Leopard 2s because they are too armored, and this only has 14 pen, so it will just say I can't hit that because it's a kinetic round. If it's heat, it would shoot and it would do 1 damage minimum, but because it's a kinetic round, it does not. Panzer Mortar going in there. It's definitely smoking. Why? I don't know. I guess it was because of... Oh, it's just probably because of these. So, obviously we can't check it now because the smoke's there, but these would probably have been able to shoot through there. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, that could shoot through there, but there are we'll have to wait, because you see, like, this one can shoot through those trees. So I would assume that's why that's been done. These haven't fired yet, though. So maybe he just assumed there'd be ATGMs. Oh, I see. He's just trying to get a CV in the smoke. Okay. So the KSK should be able to kill that because they've got satchels, they're special forces, and here we go. F4F is just killing all the urns. They're 60 points each, and you know, their one objective is to get rid of this M40, so that the CV can get in. But I feel like this is, if he just waited a minute and put 2 infantry behind that, it would have gone a lot better. But I can understand that he doesn't have time for that because of this. So the coffin launcher is a good idea. And you see the issue here that you try and get the KSK up and then the blob shoots you. He knows all the spots. And then, yeah, all those urns died. So that was 180 points of urn dead. And there's no infantry backing this up. Like, even 1 infantry unit, 1 less urn, 1 more infantry, that would have been good. And then you'd have an infantry with an AT there. And then you'd hold it for more than 20 seconds or whatever. This guy, however, is dying. I guess it's getting shot by the Paichota Zednek. No, it's not. It's this KPV here. So, a bit of a missed smoke there from Blob Enjoy. Like, he had the mortar for smoke, but now it's dead. And these coffin launchers have really bad range, but he could definitely hit this. And they resupply quite quickly. They reload reasonably quickly. So there you go, he's going on that. But yeah, it looks like Finn's losing all his units. So he's buying more ATGMs, but because of the smoke, he can't use them. I think he needs more infantry, really. He's bought a mortar of his own. I don't know about this. I mean, I would go for some heavy arty to kill that mortar, but... Oh, that was good. That was a good shot. I mean, it obviously didn't kill him, but it messed him up. And here you go. So the smoke has faded, and that was your answer. So that was why he smoked there, because look at all those ATGMs. Wow. So now the smoke has started again. But in the meantime, the tanks have been driven back. He's not actually lost any of them. And the one that was bailed out got fixed up. So he's only losing the lighter skinned vehicles. Like the Leopard 2s are surviving, and this is sort of the whole strategy. And yeah, this has been killed back here. I guess this M40 or something got it. This has got full ammo, so it can't have been that. Can't have been that. Must have been a plane. This is the whole strategy. So you essentially, as long as the Leopard 2s are surviving, you just end up with loads and loads and loads and loads of them. And they're really quite cost effective. Like, so this has gone up to the same price as an Abrams now, but it is just better than an Abrams. It is what it is. So Blob Enjoyer is in the corner here. I mean, the thing is though that because he gave up Oscar and he attacked Zulu very slowly with a Blob. He is actually, like, he has to take all of this just to even it. So he's behind. He's got lots of time, though. He's got lots of time. And he is pushing him back. I mean, Finn's playing a Garbo div, so it's... I feel like it's only a matter of time before he loses. The Marine Pioneers, they're not bad. Well, against infantry, they're really good. So yeah, you see this here where, essentially... you know, you could just tank it a bit, although I'm pretty sure he just sort of messed up there. Yeah, he should be smoking. So he actually lost a Leopard 2A4 there because there's just so much hitting him. There's like 4 ATGMs. Finn's really got to get another one to like here. Or, I was going to say, try and get one over here somewhere, but yeah, he's doing it. He's going to put it there. This KSK is in a really good spot as well to keep that spotted. And, yeah, I can understand that Finn can't really afford 130 points to spend on a heavy arty piece, but he really needs to slow this down somehow. It won't kill it, unless you've got like 2 uncorrected shot, but it will slow him down. It'll make him so he has to think a bit more about his smoking, and has to buy a second one, which I guess he already has. So the coffin launchers have got their ammo back. They called this because they literally look like they launch coffins. Look, it's like a mine clearance device. It's really cool. I just wish the range was higher because they're very difficult to use properly. 80 points. I mean, they're really only useful in towns. Like actually, this is the perfect use for them. So as long as you can. So I don't know if the KSK could see that, but as soon as Finn spots these units, okay, he knows about them. He knows about them. So this is what they're for. So they're not killing them, but they're really messing them up. Well, okay, they are killing them. So that was 4 squads, and now there's only 5 men left out of what was 20 men, right? Because these are all 10-man squads. This is another reason why West Germany's so good. They've just got massive squads. So he killed 15 men there, and then... So this is where they're useful. If you're trying to use them in the open, you're just never able to because the range is so low, but... yeah, certainly against units in towns, they're really good. And I'm really surprised about this smoking. Like, he just doesn't... I don't know if... he obviously knows that if you hold Shift and B, you can queue up, like, 10 smoke orders here, and then you don't have to worry about this, because... Like, it's going... Every single time the smoke fades, he starts losing units. And, like, now he's popped the smoke on these, which makes it harder to use them. Because, yeah, the tanks are not the problem. The problem is the ATGMs. The tanks are very weak. They lose to Blob's tanks pretty handedly. So what you need to do is obscure the ATGMs, the tanks move forwards, and then they get smacked, and then they have to go back. And then there you go, the enemy's fire support's been cut off. But he just keeps smoking it once. It's really weird. He's got 2 mortars. All you got to do is hold Shift, hold B. Oh, you hold Shift and then you just spam B left click, B left click, B left click, B left click. And you can even, you know, hold Shift, B left click, right click here so it moves. You keep Shift held the whole time, B left click, right click move, B left click, right click move. And then you just can't be counter battery while still maintaining that smoke. This thing's really useful. So it's got very low accuracy but a very high pen. It's basically it's an airborne anti-tank missile. That was an unnecessary loss. Oh, okay. So we'll see if this works. It did not, and now it's dead. So yeah, planes versus Blob Enjoyer. Like, this is interesting. So, what did he get? Nothing, and then he died. That's a shame. He almost got that mortar, which I guess is what he was going for. Blob Enjoyer, he must have spotted it come through with this or something, because he had this bow par ready. And you see that these Malyutka Ps, they're good, right? And he's noticed that, oh yeah, I can actually get them, because it's got 2,600 meter range. You can get them around to like here, right? Now, okay, so now he's smoking that. Needs an AA here because obviously the bow par. But all this time he's ticking up, and you know, Blob Enjoyer, he's gotta get some stuff on the board. I really feel like this position here has just decided the whole game. The fact that Blob Enjoyer can't, because he wants to get around here and cut the reinforcements, and you know, maybe even all the way to here and take that zone. In fact, yeah, that'd be fantastic for him. And then, yeah, leave a couple guys here to cut the reinforcements. And then you can just starve out the town, and you can eventually just buy a bunch of infantry and get it in there. But instead, he's been frustrated by all these ATGMs, all these T-55s, and he keeps having to stop and heal up and smoke it again, and he just seems really allergic to queuing smoke orders, so he just keeps the smoke keeps fading, and then the Conquerors shoot him again. I hear MLRS. It must be like a Lars, right? Oh, there it is, Lars 2, yeah. So that's a good Lars shot. I mean, there's obviously a lot in there. He's going to get a lot of hits. It's a shame the Conquerors are out here, because they're obviously the ones to get. But yeah, he's getting a lot of supply. He's doing a lot of cohesion damage, which is very important. He might get this Conquerors, especially if he fires all 36 rounds. These things, as you can see, so you can even land them and they still shoot, but they just can't turn. And you see that they've got a pretty substantial range. The only problem is, you know, if you land them, then the artillery can kill them, right? Or a tank gun. So that is the problem with landing them. And you see that it can always shoot in that range, right? So he needs to have turned it and then land it. And also enemy ATGMs can hit him on the ground. So, you know, he thinks he's being smart, but gets lucky that time. Oh, he's been stunned though. He's been stunned and he's still on the ground, but this is target switched because his cohesion went down. But now when he stands up, whoa, he's getting hit. F4F. Is it gonna get him? I've noticed he's not got any AA. There's no Krugs. But now the rolling threes are getting shot by the ATGMs, and it's very difficult to push into this. But there really is a oh, there you go. Down it goes. So those things are really good, and he's lost them, which is not good. Not good at all. And yeah, Blob Enjoyer, he's almost got this, I think. I mean, he's done it. He's cut the reinforcements. Finally, he's managed that. And he's cleared out all those ATGM positions, and now he can send his guys in there and get in there. But then he's got to take the next thing. Having said that, that will be a lot easier than the last thing because there are just fewer ATGMs left. Everything's dead. Like, Red just does not have that many units. This is really interesting, though. I mean, I guess if this Marine Pioneer was in this building, he'd be able to shoot. But here we go. The blobs have broken through, and these SPWs going to go down now. Or at least that one is. Who knows if the other one should do. I mean, he presumably sees that. It does get the helicopter, though. And yeah, you see that the Leopard 2's really the only thing Rugener can do about this is defensive ATGMs, which have been cleared out. Or planes, which he can't use because there's just so much AA here. Like, he's bought another Roam 3. This one's a bit far away. So, not looking great for... I wanted to say Surovikin then. For Suojeluskunta. And Blob Enjoyer, you know, he's... you see, they're at they've aimed, but they can't shoot it because its armor's so high and this pen is so low. So these tanks really not very good. I mean, they're literally half the price. So, it's to be expected. And so the only way you could clear them out is with planes. And if you keep the rolling threes near your tanks, and you keep the fighters up, then you can't really use. You got to use like 3 planes at once, and keep in mind this div Rugener doesn't get seed, so it's very difficult. It's very difficult to deal with this. It's very difficult. So I do wonder what's going to happen next. I think blue's going to take this zone, and then blue's going to take this zone, and then he'll be on a +2 tick, and then he can drive his big blob over to here, take this zone. In the meantime, you know, Suojeluskunta, he's just he's pretty rinsed, dude. He can't even shoot the enemy tanks. They can shoot him, and he can't shoot back. So it's very diabolical. He's just basically he's not got enough ATGMs left. This thing's terrible. I'm not sure why he brings it. You want the gun one instead. There's a gun one on a truck. It's just way better. So here we go. So now he's going to come for this objective. These guys are in a position to shoot things coming down that road. So Blob Enjoy's got to be careful because he's going to get a double volley if he just fast paths that down there. But look at this. I mean, it's very difficult for... like, there's literally nothing Rugener has that can fight this, so the turnaround is now, and yeah, basically, but you know, if he gets too far outside his AA net, then he survives on 1 HP apparently, and the cluster plane dies. Oh man, so yeah, it's not ideal at all for red. I mean, I know it looks like he's winning because of the points, but he's really not. Really needs to... so, Blob Enjoyer needs a bit of infantry now. He keeps buying CVs. He's got enough of those. He's got 4 here. 5 if you include this one. 6, like, he's got 2 back here that aren't doing anything, and then he's got 4 active on the field. And then he needs to clear this out, now that it can't be reinforced. And then he can work on this. But I think he should clear this out first, because that's a +1 right there. Having said that, the longer he waits to attack here, the more ATGMs get purchased, so I can understand why he might want to get this one first. Right, so Racist comes down the road and gets side-shot by a Mott Schutzen, and now he knows they're in there. So those Pioneer Flams are coming over here, and then he can send them. He can send the Pioneer Armburst. Lots of Malyukas shooting, but once again, the... whoa! So that actually did a lot of damage. He needs to smoke. He will smoke. Just sending the Pioneer Fuhrer out by itself is kind of ballsy. SPW-70 to here could shoot that. Okay, he's noticed. Here we go, so he's moving forwards now, and Suojeluskunta, he's moving backwards. I hear a plane sound. So, gets the CV, which I guess is why he's bought so many of them, and he dies for it. So, a favourable trade for blue, because he's got lots more CVs. Lots more CVs. Okay, so this is the next attempt. This'll work, because that is not going to be able to stop this. So, that's really funny, actually. So, difficult to pay attention to everything. But yeah, it looks like this is going to be coming in here. Like, there's just no way they could... I would just fast path that straight in, but sure, yeah. And you'll notice he's got 2 fighters up, and he's got the urns, and he's got the CV behind. So he's going to take that, and that's going to put him on a +2. And keep in mind that he's already on a +1. So that would actually put him on a +5. Because this is a 4-point swing, and he's already on a +1, because Blob Enjoyer never cleared this out. So now it's a bit of a race against time. Blob Enjoyer, he's got to get this zone before he loses this zone. And yeah, I guess that you just outmaneuver the Blob. It's a very narrow map, so it's a shame that Blob Enjoyer put so little here, like an extra, like even like a Milan team here or something, or Bopar or something. Like, that would have stopped that, but he just wanted to blob. He enjoys blobbing. I mean, it's cool that he's got a name and he sticks to it. But there you go. So now it's going to be a +5 for red. And, what, he's got like a minute to sort this out. 2 minutes, maybe, once it fully caps. 2 minutes? So it's +5. I mean, the Pioneers have spotted the UAZ. He needs to move forwards a bit faster here and get this sorted out. Like, he's not moving up fast enough. Like even this Lux can, the Lux can see that actually. So he's been spotted. Okay, and now this. I don't think it's gonna make it because of the Lux, but it's pretty funny. MiG-23 MLs go for the tornado cluster. Smokes back out again to smoke off all the ATGMs, but this takes time. And now, with the +5, he doesn't have that time anymore. This also doesn't drop, presumably because the smoke keeps breaking LOS. And he surrenders. He surrenders. He realizes he just can't get back in there in time. So, pretty interesting game. I mean, obviously, Blob Enjoyer 2-1 KD there. Blob Enjoyer, he literally has played one ranked game as packed ever. He has 347 ranked games this patch, only on 5th Panzer, and he does the exact same thing every time. And now that 5th Panzer isn't ridiculously OP, he's actually starting to lose games. Hopefully he plays another div. This was me. I won this game. Wow, I'm so good at the game. Yeah, that was just that was a really funny game actually. So the coffin launchers did end up dying, and it just comes down to like the smoke play was kind of weak from Blob Enjoyer. Like it was good that he was smoking. You see how many kills he? I mean, he obviously got a lot of kills, right? But at the end of the day, that doesn't decide the game. It's not destruction. Do please let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next one.